joined now by the owner of the British Columbia Lions, fresh off a smashing debut to the 2022 season, a 59-15 win over the Edmonton Elks, and they put nearly 35,000 at BC Place Stadium. It's our pleasure to welcome Mr. Amar Doman back to Sekeres and Price. Hi, Amar. How you doing?
Hey, great to be here, guys. Thank you very much.
Big question. What do you do for an encore?
Yeah, that's a tough act to follow. There's no question about that, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Mm-hmm. You do have a theme around this game on Saturday against the Toronto Argonauts. Tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on at BC Place Stadium.
Yeah, we're going to keep the momentum going outside by having, some bands outside play and really keep that vibe up. And throughout the year, we're going to sprinkle some surprises in for the entertainment. But really, it's about getting the eyeballs back inside to watch the great BC Lions play. And there's just been so many people absent for a long time that we wanted to be a bit of a catalyst and really start things out right. I think we did our job there, and I think everybody left, and social media and just people I know have left there saying what a great experience it was. I sure the heck enjoyed that night. And of course, the score of the game, the team looks serious. And of course, the Elks, they've got a bunch of, call it startup issues that they need to work through. But certainly we're going to take that as a nice way to start the season, build on it, and then really try to get people to come in. And if we can get by Toronto, get a 2-0 on the board, that'll just be a nice field at the start of the season. And people will start to come in and come back and say, hey, let's go check this out, because the experience in there's a lot different than it was even a number of years ago, or even last year or the year before, inside the building and the dance team and the COVID stuff's behind us. We can do all kinds of different things again. So I think the fans are going to have a great experience all throughout the season here, and we're going to make sure that we're looking after them.
And it's Diversity is Strength night at BC Place, and there'll be a DJ playing. And look, Amar, I think everybody thought, look, One Republic is a huge act. You're going to get a lot of people in there for One Republic, and you did. I was surprised at how big the pregame block party turned into. Like, we were hoping to get to that and heard you were at capacity. Were you at all surprised? Because that has been tried in years past, sir, and not with that degree of success. What was the secret behind the block party being such a smashing success?
Well, I think we headlined it up pretty nicely, promoted it properly. And then also there was just a buzz in the city that day that's hard to explain about. The sun kind of came out, like, we're all been starved for sun this spring. Everything was just lining up. People wanted to be out. I was getting texts. Guys were saying, hey, can you help me get in? It's a 2-hour line now, and I'm going to miss it. And I was in there mingling around myself and talking to fans and having fun. And, the Biff Naked there came. That brings a whole different fan base as well. She's got a strong following here in her hometown. So there was a cool aspect there, but it ran really smooth. And we're going to do a couple more of those. It's just working with the city. It's difficult to get those streets blocked. Mm-hmm. They want months of notice. And it's just too bad that we have turned into a bit of a red tape city, but I'm going to do as much as I can and work as hard as I can to make more of those events happen. The fans love them, and I thought it was great.
And it's another one this Saturday. The Backyard Street Party begins at 4 p.m. Amar, it's $5 beers and margaritas. Bless you, at the concession stand. How are you able to do $5 beer and margaritas when so many concessionaires at stadiums and arena will charge double that?
Well, one thing I promise, look, I can't control what's going on inside the building. I can really try to, help what's going on outside of it. And PAFCO, they've been great. We really are trying to work towards sort of a better marriage, a longer-term marriage. And I really think that together we can make things happen. I'm going to try and bring the volume of fans back in, and we can try and make that experience a bit better. But when we talk about being cost-effective, that's going to be my job to continue to. If I have to subsidize a bit, I will. I just want to make sure that the fans are having fun. They're not, looking at their bill. There's enough inflation in the world. So if we got a $5 beer or a marg going, I'll take 3 of those at $5. That's for sure. And let's try and help people out. And it's, becoming kind of tough times out there. So I want to do that not only because of the inflationary world we're in, but certainly just long term. I want, our fans to come in and feel that, hey, they're not stressed about the bill when they get it at the concession stands.
When you left the stadium that night, was there a sense of accomplishment or more a sense of what can be done, sort of proof of concept of what you guys can do moving forward?
It was a nice feeling leaving the building. I had one of my kids with me and his buddy. We're one of the last guys to leave BC Place. I think we were really late. And, we were kind of just sitting in the moment there. But what I was really thinking about was, of course, and I knew this. Look, the BC Lions are such a storied franchise. I'm so honored to own it. To be able to restart this in the right fashion shows you that the football fans are here. They just need to get into the building. And also having a lot of kids there, a lot of youth, a lot of 20-somethings were in there as well. That's the target that we're after, to come back in and watch awesome football. And I'll tell you, you couldn't script the score like that. And they came out and just mauled them. But, that just added into the excitement that I think, people get excited, when you're winning like that, and a beatdown is what we needed. I got to thank the team and the football gods for that. But certainly I think there was a sense of accomplishment, to answer your question, for sure. But the first of many years ahead of us to rebuild and continue to grow, but we really got off on the right foot.
I think there was a sense with so much energy in that building and then flowing out, and as you said, the scoreboard, just the night was pretty close to perfect for the organization and the city. And then you have a bye in week 2. And I know you can't control the schedule. Do you just have to look at this as an opportunity to build up for the second game rather than worry about the fact that you didn't play in the second week of the season?
Yeah, I talked to both Ricks about that, the president, coach, and certainly those guys. The bye week, the timing is not what we wanted, but at the same time, look, this team is young. They're really getting to know each other now after a couple of years, and of course the COVID miss. There's a nice feeling amongst these guys, and they're not leaning on the broom on the bye week. Most of them are working out, on their own, and then now they're right back into practice today. So I think we're going to be ready for the Argonauts. And again. Yeah, you just didn't want that bye week right away. But having said that, it is what it is. We're practicing, and we'll be ready for Toronto.
Amar, there are reports you've got a new president to replace the retiring Rick Lalisher. What can you tell us about that?
I can't say much, but we've been on the search for a while, and there should be some announcements coming up on that. And Rick has really extended his stay. It really helped us out here as new owners, and has just been a gentleman. And he came out of retirement to help David Braley with assisting, and then of course trying to move the team at some point in time. And I was involved with that with Rick, and he's he's into extra innings for sure. So we hopefully will have some announcement coming up, and also we'd like the baton to be passed with having both people work together, no matter who that is. For a period of time, to have a nice, clean transition, and let Rick get back to his grandkids, and storied career for Rick Lalisher.
You have been so front and center, sir. Will you continue to be front and center with this new president, or will the new president be taking on some of the duties that you seem to have picked up here since buying the club?
Yeah, I just want to be the biggest fan and really help leverage a lot of my relationships in town. As you mentioned earlier when we were offline talking about the kids playing football, I'm going to be sort of in the background doing those things, but in no way, shape, or form am I running the team. That's going to be, it still is. It's the president's job, of course, and I just want to really promote, and really help youth football here in BC and get those young fans turned on to CFL football, because a lot of them haven't even seen it. The NFL has done a great job. There's, the Seahawks were, obviously a strong team. Them being in demise right now doesn't hurt me too much, because I want to get more eyeballs here on our Lions, and that's my job. So really, that's where you're going to see me focus, kind of like I have been. I'll certainly take media here and there to promote the Lions, but when it comes down to what's on the field, obviously that's their business, their department, and their show.
You opened on a Saturday night. You knocked it out of the park. It's been an age-old question in this market, though, about what is the best day, what's the best start time for BC Lions football. We're heading into summer months when families start to scatter and have other plans and other options. Do you personally have a preference about the right time and date for Lions games, or just organizationally and from a business standpoint, have you done enough research with the consumers and the customers to know, where is the wheelhouse?
Frankly, a lot of it's out of our control. It's done through TV contracts, and we can't mess with that a lot. So there's a lot of complications that go into that schedule. And us being on the West Coast, we have the least amount of eyeballs. It's late in the East for guys to watch, even if their team's playing out here, right? Toronto's here. They start at 10. That kills some eyeballs right away. So it's a bit difficult just where we're located. But having said that, the odd 4 o'clock game I really like. And I certainly want to make sure that, those stadiums get packed on an afternoon, because you can come down, have some fun downtown. 4 o'clock, you're out by 7. That's great, because, leaving at 10 o'clock at night's difficult. But that's pro sports kind of everywhere. It starts at 7 o'clock in the East. It starts at 7 o'clock here Pacific. So if I did have a preference, I'd say start them at 6. That would be my dream if they could start at 6. But it just doesn't line up because the Eastern games are right before us, and I think that's a dream. But when it comes into coming in the summertime, I want that roof open every time we can, like we did Saturday night. We're going to have it open this Saturday night. It looks like we're going to have 26, 27 degrees and clear. So I'm thanking the weather gods for helping the BC Lions, and we'll have that open, and that really helps because that dome being closed, and I think our 2-month summer is difficult. That will help bring people in and come down, party for a bit, and come in and watch the game. It's not cost problematic. We just need people to come in, and I think if they come to 2-3 games a year, that's great. They don't have to come to all 9. Just come in. It's not a big commitment. Even the season's ticket, it's 9 games. It's not 41 like we have across there for hockey. That's a big commitment. So it's an option for people to do in the summer. But hey, it is summer, but that's the CFL.
Here, Amar. I love weekend afternoons in the summer at the Dome, roof open with a cold beer in your hand. To me, those are my favorite start times for Lions games. Since we last spoke to you, and of course, BC Place was all in the news last week, Amar, do you know how the World Cup 2026 may affect your home schedule that season?
Well, hey, maybe we're going to be out at SFU or QBC. I don't know. But, I really like the fact we're going to have natural grass here in 4 years. That's pretty cool. And I know it's great for the athletes. And I know the NFL is slowly converting teams off of artificial turf for the sake of the athletes. And, that could be something pretty special here if they leave it here long term. I do like that aspect of it. I guess I'll have to schedule some away games. I know, whoever's running the show then will have to figure that out with the CFL. I'm sure the CFL will be sympathetic to us in Toronto to make sure that we're on the road a little bit for those games, but then we may get stacked up with some home games. But what a great thing for BC and for sports in general in Canada to have that, FIFA come here. It's gigantic. So I'm happy for the city. It'll suck short term for the schedule a little bit here, but I think it's an okay trade-off.
Lastly, for me, Amar, you've got us thinking. Master marketers over there now. You've got us thinking because the first 5,000 fans through the gates Saturday are going to receive a complimentary cowbell from London Drugs. Now, when I think cowbell, I think Will Ferrell in the Saturday Night Live sketch of years ago, Blue Oyster Cult song. And then I was reminded, Will Ferrell in Lions gear at the Super Bowl. Are we going to see Will Ferrell here on Saturday, Amar? Are you bringing in some sort of Will Ferrell cowbell promotion on Saturday?
Well, listen, you never know who could show up here. We've got, friends in the right places as far as that stuff goes. So certainly we'll have some celeb appearances. We had Omar Benson Miller here from Ballers. I don't know if you saw, was in our suite the other night. He's a super guy. And just we were sprinkling things. We had Mitch Berger, obviously a local guy, a Super Bowl ring with Pittsburgh, a Delta boy. He was up for this. So we're going to continue to sizzle that a little bit. And I can't confirm Mr. Ferrell, but I can tell you, though, that we're going to be ringing those bells pretty loud Saturday against the Argonauts. And let's hope we can keep that momentum going that we had in game 1, John.
What was the deal with Ferrell and all the Lions gear? Do you know him? Do you have friends in common? Was that set up by the club in any way, shape, or form?
Well, it was Super Bowl Sunday. We're going to leave that alone a little bit on how we did some sizzle there, but I won't comment on our strategies with that stuff. But, that whole thing really kind of brought the coolness again. There's sort of a whole new cool factor to the Lions that I think it just needed a refurb from a lot of different angles, and Hollywood will play a little part of that as we go on for sure.
Wish you best of luck on Saturday and going forward. Thanks for the time, Amar.
Guys, I really appreciate it, and thank you very much. We'll see you again soon.